Hey, Coach, I know we've had several games this year where we've talked about the exorbitant amount of walks, and today was one of those things you just can't win games. I would assume when you walk 10 guys in the game.
Oh, Coach, you're muted. You're muted.
You guys can't read
There you
lips.
go.
Hopefully people on TV couldn't read lips today. But anyway, to answer your question, yeah, walks will absolutely kill you. It's really tough to win games when you walk 10 guys. Somehow we did it at Vanderbilt, but you got to score a ton of runs if you're going to do it. We didn't score enough runs, and obviously the first inning, the way it started, we walked the first two guys in a home run before you even blink your eye, and we're down 3-0. So just not a really good way to start. And we just didn't play good baseball today. We made some defensive mistakes, made a couple mistakes on the infield that gave them two different runs, 2 different innings. And then we had a wild pitch last pass ball that gave them a run. And, that's 3 runs right there that we gifted them that, if we're just doing what we're supposed to do and making routine plays and routine decisions, those runs don't score.
You look at it, it takes pitching. A lot of high ERAs or relatively high ERAs on their staff. Did you kind of have a feeling even early on that, hey, even though we're making mistakes, we could probably still come back with this, and it just didn't work out?
Yeah, no, we were saying that when it's 3-0 early, and hey, keep your heads up. It's a long game. We're going to score some runs, and it's disappointing we didn't score more than we did. But we felt like that there was going to be some runs scored in this game, and I actually thought it was going to be a little higher scoring than that. I thought it was going to be more, like a Clemson 8-7, a 9-8, something like that. But we fought back. We got the tying run to the plate in the 9th. And gave us a chance, but just didn't get it done. Didn't play well enough to win, and it's disappointing to lose.
All right, thank you.
Coach, when you lose to an in-state rival, does it sting a little bit more?
Oh, absolutely. That's your rival, and we've had so much success over the last. I think it's over the last 4 years. We're 10-3. Over the last 5 years, we're 10-3 in the last 13 games that we've played. So it doesn't make you feel any better today. You still, when you lose, it stings. We've had a lot of success in this rivalry in the last few years, but they got us in the first one. We get them in a couple more weeks over in Atlanta, and we got to try to even the series. And if we do that, then, we're 3 out of 4 against the ACC. And when you look at the big picture, that's what we always talk about. Try to win 3 out of 4 when you're playing Clemson and Tech. And we got a chance to do that. It stinks that we didn't get number 3 tonight, but we'll be ready to go in 2 weeks.
And then 2 more extra base hits for Chaney Rogers. Just what do you think have been the biggest keys to his offensive outbreak?
Well, he's just an older guy. He plays with experience and plays with confidence. And he had a really good weekend. I think he had 5 hits on Saturday and Sunday, and then he hits a triple and a double in his first 2 at bats. So good to see him swing the bat like that. I thought he had a really good at bat in the 9th, and I think 9-10 pitch at bat. And just really battled, and that's what you want out of your guys, is to fight. And he fought there and had a really good at bat.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, next we're going to go to Tori, and then we're going to go to Ramin.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned seeing Tech again in Atlanta in a few more weeks. What kinds of things do you think you'll take from tonight and implement in that game and make some changes to hopefully win?
Well, it's the bottom line. He's got to play better. We didn't play particularly good tonight. We didn't pitch it very good. We didn't play good defense, and we didn't get the hits and guys on base that we needed to. We need to play better baseball. That's the adjustment we need to make. And the guys know that. It's no secret that we didn't play great tonight, and you got to give credit to Tech. They found a way to win, and they got it done. So, but as far as adjustments go, obviously you can't walk 10 guys. You walk 10 guys, it's a recipe for disaster. And it's amazing that the game was as close as it was. But, we gave ourselves a chance at the end. But as far as adjustments go, just be mentally ready to go and even up that series when we go to Atlanta.
And then you mentioned those ACC games with Clemson thrown in there as well. Is there a different approach at all when you're playing out of conference games versus ACC versus playing SEC games, or not quite?
Well, again, when we're playing in the midweek, we didn't have Ben Harris available today. We didn't have Jaden Woods available today. We didn't have Michael Polk available today, but they were in the same boat. They didn't have Maxwell, who's one of their big arms, available. And Grissom was a guy that I think they would have liked to use, but they had to use him on Sunday. So you see some different arms in the middle of the week, but it's different flavor when you're playing Clemson and Tech, who's on our schedule every year. It's a huge rivalry for both teams. So winning's a big deal. It stings when you lose, and this one stings a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach, I noticed today you didn't use a lot of pinch hitters and make a lot of adjustments. You faced 4 lefties all game. Did that factor into your kind of lineup as the game went on?
Well, the splits, if you look at the averages, I mean, hitters are hitting 150 points higher off of Bartnicki and 100 points higher off Manley and even off of Crawford and Smith. Lefties hit better for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's why we pinch hit spikes off Bartnicki, because, you know, lefties are hitting 390 off of Bartnicki and righties are 250. So really it's no brainer. We're gonna put the lefties in there and let him hit. And with spikes, you know, trying to hit a home run. He's a guy with a ton of power, but really not a lot to do as far as bringing right-handers in there. And, you know, with McAllister out of the lineup, that takes a bat off the bench. You know, maybe Parks Harbor, like against Clemson, Parks Harbor came off the bench. Parks Harbor's in the game. So that takes some options their way. But we kept the lefties in there because that's what, you know, the statistics tell you to do. And we stuck with it.
And then you despite all the walks, you still stranded 13 tech runners on base. Is that a positive you can possibly take away from tonight?
Well, you know, I thought our kids made some pitches when they needed to, and Caldwell got himself out of a jam, and you know, I thought Jack Gowan was really good. He settled the game down, but yeah, we did get out of some jams. Charlie put some guys on base, but then got himself out of it. So you know, you just like to not put yourself in that position, and we just put ourselves behind the 8 ball with all the walks. And when you do that, it's just really tough to win. It's tough to get into a flow of the game too. I mean, it's just tough. It's every time you walk a guy, it's like, oh, here we go again. And that's just something that our pitchers, our young pitchers got to learn. Be aggressive. Go get them. If they get a single, they get a single. But walking, that's really depleting to your team, and it just kind of puts you on your heels.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, our last question for Coach is going to go to Chip Towers.
Yeah, Coach, speaking of lefties, I think that's all you guys saw tonight was lefties from them. Is that kind of what you expected? I know you got a lot of lefty bats in your lineup too, but it seemed like they kept coming out with a good, strong lefty.
Well, we knew that we were going to see Crawford only threw 1 inning on Sunday. He started and only threw 1 inning. So we assumed that we'd see him for 1, and we knew that we were going to see Bartnicki at the end. But again, the lefty, when you look at the stats, the right-handed versus left-handed, the left-handed hitters have had a whole lot of success off of Manley, Bartnicki, Smith, and Crawford. And so it's a no-brainer for us. We put those lefties in there and let them hit. And I think you saw that with Manley. We hit the triple and the double back-to-back off of him. So, you know, I just feel like that those left-handers had a good chance against their left-handers. I don't think that was necessarily the plan, because we hit, as a team overall, we hit a little bit better against lefties. They just didn't have Maxwell available. That's their big arm out of the pen. And so I don't think it was necessarily a plan to go all left-handed. It's just the way it worked out.
What did you think about Ben's last at bat? Obviously, he gets a big run for you there. The previous time he was up at bat, didn't get a swing at that last one.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to watch it. Benny thought it was outside. He's got a really good eye. So, you know, from the dugout, I can't see. I thought there was a pitch in that sequence. It may have been a little high too, but, you know, again, we're all biased, and we all try to play umpire. It's a tough job back there. Umpiring had nothing to do with the outcome of this game. That's for sure. We didn't deserve to win it when you walk 10 guys and make the defensive, you know, miscues that we did. But, you know, we always look at it, and you know, those guys are working hard back there. But, you know, Benny has a really good eye. He felt it was outside, but I don't know. We'll just have to look at it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay,